And now to that story that's brand new at 7, putting the heat on third graders. If kiddos can't read at the second grade level by third grade, well, they may be held back a year under legislation the governor is expected to sign. 24 Hour News 8's Joe LaFergie is doing a deeper dive into this story tonight. Joe?
Well, Marley, there are exceptions to the new rules. The new requirements will be phased in starting during the 2019-2020 school year. In Mrs. Halstead's third grade class at Campus Elementary, they're working on the basics of that first of the 3 R's.
Oh, Mom.
But the percentage of third graders attending Grand Rapids Public Schools that can read at third grade level is only 26%. The statewide percentage is 50%. Nationwide, the percentage is at about 69%. The problems begin before GRPS students hear their first school bell.
87% of the students who start kindergarten at GRPS are not reading at the kindergarten level.
It's Grand Rapids and statewide numbers that the legislation hopes to address. The bill requires students to be held back if their third grade reading test scores, determined by Michigan's MSTEP student assessment test, are at or below the second grade level. Sponsored by Park Township Republican State Representative Amanda Price, early versions of the bill were not well received by some educators.
It was a bomb going off. It was mandatory retention.
Critics say the emotional damage to a child may be worse than advancing a student lacking reading ability. Special education and English as a second language students were also cause for concern. Grand Rapids Public Schools spokesman John Helmholtz says GRPS officials and other educators were able to influence what came out of conference committees. The compromise version addressed those concerns and, perhaps more importantly, gave parents the final say.
Mom and Dad have an opportunity to say, no, I don't want my child retained. It's an automatic retention unless the parent says otherwise. We think it's a better bill. We think it does what it was intended to do. It puts a spotlight on third grade reading.
We have a rundown of statewide numbers for all subjects and all grade levels at woodtv.com.